World Circular Textiles Day. And of course, we at TCBL are happy to get behind the initiative and add our voices to this chorus of people contributing to making a more circular industry as soon as possible. What is TCBL?
Well, TCBL, which stands for Textile and Clothing Business Labs, and it's a newly formed nonprofit that is carrying forward a network that we built out of a European project that ran from 2015 to 2019. So it's a community of people, companies, and innovative labs that share common values and that are working together to try and make the textile industry more circular and sustainable. We've got a structure where the participating labs, which are all of different types, and they're working on technical, social, all kinds of innovations. And they work with these innovations, and they work together with businesses, which we call associates, to inspire the businesses and the companies to explore the potential of what kind of new business models they could develop based on these innovations.
So we've been asked to take stock of what we've done towards circularity this year. And I can say we've been doing our part as a community because we are now an active part of 3 new EU-funded projects. And all of these address single elements in this recipe towards a more sustainable and circular future. So what are those 3 projects?
They're called HereWear, Creative Wear Plus, and She Makes. HereWear, the first of these, is looking at bio-based fibers and textiles and how those can be, how we can develop new ones and how we can get them to be taken up by the industry in circular and local production ecosystems. Creative Wear Plus, it looks at how we can develop a network of hubs that bring together artists, creatives, and the textile and clothing industry to think out of the box. And finally, She Makes looks at the gender gap issue in the textile and clothing industry, building on the structure of labs that work so well in TCBL.
Okay, so TCBL is basically like an umbrella over all of these projects, is that right?
That's actually the idea behind the upcoming TCBL Days, our annual event that for the 2021 edition will be hybrid and diffused across the whole month of November.
Focusing for a moment on She Makes, and I've been really enjoying working on this project because it seems like there's just so many opportunities for women in particular to be part of this emergent circular economy. Can you talk a bit about that?
Yeah, well, we've been developing a gender vision that acknowledges the challenges that women innovators face and creates an open environment with the necessary skills and networking to help women succeed. As we know, the textile and clothing industry, particularly as concerns garment production, has a very high percentage of women at the lower levels of the workforce, and they're quite often underpaid. We started looking at how innovation can create the conditions for these women and their skills to emerge, because innovation can give better value to the skills that they have. But what we're discovering is that the movement towards circular fashion is actually proposing a whole alternative system within a broader vision of a society that is more inclusive and sustainable by nature. And women are leading that movement. So by empowering those women, we are enabling change. And at the same time, in a way that is in fact circular, by enabling a transition to a more circular economy, we are empowering women.